you so much, Gabriel. I just came from New York. About half an hour ago, I was there as part of the Liberian organization, Liberian Association in New York, celebration of the 169 Independence Anniversary. As Gabriel said, we started the Independence program with a cultural extravaganza about a week ago, followed by a church service to thank God for giving us 169 years of the existence of our country. And then on Tuesday we had a diplomatic reception. And today is the finale. We thought that part of our culture to be exhibited alongside the celebration of our independence. So I bring you greetings on behalf of our President, President Johnson Sulenteh, the government and the people of Liberia, the staff of the embassy and my family. I want to say again, happy 26 to all of the Liberians. We'd like to applaud the work of the diaspora community. Since my tour of duty in 2012, we have had a very cordial relationship. We have had a very close collaboration with the diaspora community here. And before I came to Washington, I was told by my boss, the president, that the diaspora was considered in her judgment as the 16th county of Liberia. So I paid heed to that, and I thought that we should be able to encourage close collaboration to work together to see how the diaspora can be a part of Liberia away from home. So with your indulgence, Your Royal Highness, our Queen, this Eagle as well, and fellow Liberians, we want to take this time to applaud the Liberian community for collaborating with the embassy. And all these times we have been here, we as a country have seen many shocks. I told the gathering in New York last night, we have seen many shocks in our country. Whether it was the Red Riot, whether it was the rebel incursion, whether it was the coup d'etat, and as if that was not sufficient, we got hit by the Ebola crisis. The good news is that Liberia has always been resilient. And we demonstrated to the world that even with the Ebola crisis, we persevere, we move forward, we are strong, and that we will never fail. We continue to demonstrate that. Now, even with that shock, we have had a lot of challenges. But those challenges with our development partners, most of them have been turned into opportunities. Roads have been built, which was a challenge. It's not an opportunity for us to celebrate. Electricity have been provided with support from our partners, the U.S. You all are witnesses of the fact that in November last year, we got $257 million to do the Mancoffin hydro plant in Liberia. Hopefully this December that will come live. And just about a month ago, I was in Liberia as part of the advice team for Michelle Obama's visit to Liberia, where she launched the Let Girls Learn campaign and announced a new funding of $27 million for that program. I would also like to report that after 10 years of struggling to get membership as the World Trade Organization, Liberia is now a full member of the WTO. These are all challenges that we have been turned into opportunities. So one great challenge that could be useful to children and her friends and the ticket design and all of your collaborators is the AGOA. The AGOA entity is something I see a lot of people nodding their head. That is true because Liberia has not taken advantage of the AGOA. 10 years, in fact the first 15 years are coming on. AGOA was renewed again by the U.S. Congress with pressure from all the African ambassadors. We were on the phone, they call the members of Congress and tell them there is a need to pass AGOA. We're asking for another 10 years. That is an opportunity that will boost trade and commerce between Africa and the United States. And when we went to Gabon, the Secretary of Commerce of the United States announced $15 billion, I'm not saying million, he said $15 billion investment into AGOA for the next 10 years. So, that's the challenge. How can ticket design, how can the National Timbers Union, how can you, Liberians, turn that challenge into opportunity? Liberia has not been taking advantage of the AGOA. If so, maybe one or two Liberians have done so. I don't have a record to show that. I think it's an opportunity. It's a challenge, but we can convert that into opportunity. When I was a little child, growing up with my parents, my father was a tapper in Firestone. But I remember his second job was he was a tailor. He had a sewing machine. And I remember that as a little boy coming up. Even when I started school, he sewed my uniform. When we moved back to Swakoko, every Christmas season, you could see people gather in our yard to bring their clothes to my dad to sew for Christmas. So I know how important the tailor union is. I was just talking to I think the Secretary General in the back, when I was the Minister of Labor, we met. I know the importance of that, not only because my dad is a tailor by profession, but that is the way we can be able to promote our own culture, our fashion, the apparel, the attire. I know when you see other Africans, when I was in New York, I was there last night, and I saw the African would even break the ceiling last night. And you admire that. But the question is, are we wearing the one from Liberia? Or are we treating our apparel like the music society, where we only promote the one that is sung in tree that we don't even understand it? How many of us, if the DJ was to play a Liberian music, would shake up? Fellow Liberians, I have not come to talk at you. I'm just trying to be provocative so that we try to respect our own. The Nigerians will always tell you they are the best. The Ghanaians will tell you we are the best. But the Liberians, we play music that is produced by a Liberian. Oh my man, you play something better, man. We always can't play our own. So I have come to encourage all of us to thank you for being an ambassador for our faction, Liberian Fashion Ambassador. We want to thank you so much for the collaboration with the embassy, and we want to encourage others to follow that. And I remember I talked about AGOA. There's a lady here called Famata Deline. who is the Minister Counselor at the Liberian Embassy. She is, from the embassy point of view, is a specialist on AGOA. So please talk to Samantha as to how we can take advantage of this AGOA thing and promote our textile, to promote our fashion, to promote our culture in the Americas with duty-free privilege. There are a lot of things that Samantha will be telling you. Let us do that. So again, I want to thank you so very kindly. The last thing I want to talk about is that why the students that we're doing the road construction, the electricity, education, health, the tourism industry is a sleeping time. It's lying there, waiting for potential investors to go in. Tourism is something that we have not been able to develop in Liberia. It's slowly coming out, but much more needs to be done. 350 miles of coastal sandy beach on the Atlantic Ocean. Good for serving those of you who are interested in the Biso in Roberts Fort. Most time we drove from Monrovia just to go see the Biso. Before you reach there, you see the monkeys crossing the road. Liberia have 43% of the Guinean rainforest. We still have chimpanzee, water turtle. I mean, a lot of species are still there. We have not been able to explore that. Recently, you know, my grandchildren were here from Canada, and I was talking about, you know, the tourist industry with Cody, and my granddaughter was on her iPad, but was listening to me. And I talk about chimpanzee, you say, Grandpa, do they have penguins there? You know, no penguins in Liberia. But we got water turtles, we got chimpanzee, we got hippo. Oh, you got hippopotamus? I say, yes, we do that. So you see, I bet you some of the younger people here may not even know the species we have here. So it's a sleeping giant, and we want to encourage people who will be interested in our tourist industry, who will be interested in working with Liberia and others to be able to promote our culture, to be able to promote our tradition. Even the Americans had cultural norms. Even the Europeans had culture. What about ours? What are we doing about it? How can we preserve that? How can we pass that on to the kids that are coming after us? Gabriel talked about our relationship with the United States. Now, how much the people of the United States know about Liberia? What is that rich culture that we want to continue to portray? So once again, I wanted to just use this time to encourage you, Kenyan Bread, and all of our Liberian partners who are interested in promoting Liberian culture, who are interested in promoting our fashion and everything that we're so proud of as Liberia. Again, thank you for being part of this, and I want to just congratulate the embassy as well for collaborating with Ticket Design to have this wonderful program. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Ambassador.